Live Aid.
Live Aid.
Live Aid.
Pop music's ultimate day.
I was there really worried, I had no contract with any band at all. So who's going to show up? This is going to be, and the BBC had all the world linked in. Of course I was nervous, but when I got here and I was in gear, it was go.
By most accounts, it is the biggest, most complicated broadcast in history.
On the morning of the show, I sent one of the crew out. I said, go and buy me 40 clocks. And I put clocks everywhere and spent half the day walking around with a clock around my neck just to remind people we had to keep to the slots because otherwise the whole satellite link would go awry.
Producers used 16 satellites so the show could be seen by 1.6 billion people.
As of this moment, we're being seen in 60 nations.
It was it was chaos.
Live Aid, arguably the greatest collection of the greatest artists of the rock and roll era, all gathered in a tiny area backstage.
The moment Status Quo kicked off with Rockin' All Over the World, I mean, the first song to be played, and everybody around the room was going, here we are, here we are. It was off. It was the first few bars of that song that made it real. It was fantastic.
Before I went on stage with the Boomtown Rats, I lay down on a flight case just there behind the stage. Bowie came over, as you do, and said, what's up to you? And I said, my back is killing me. He said, well, roll over and, let me give you a massage. So alternative career, David Bowie, masseuse. And he was giving me a massage. And I went, down a bit, mate, down there a bit. And, when the Rats came over and said, get up, we're on. I was never nervous about the Rats playing, because that's my job. It was only when I went on stage that it struck me.
The whole basis of the show was the turntable stage so that you could have one band playing, one band coming off, and one band loading up. So we could because we literally have minutes to change over.
Each group has its own equipment, so a revolving stage is being built so two groups can set up and tear down while a third performs.
And in the rush to change over with Paul McCartney, one of the crew tripped over a lead that led to the distribution board, so he could hear it in his monitors, but you couldn't hear anything up front.
Queen put together an epic selection of their own hits and reminded people just who and what they were.
All right!
At the end of the show, everyone's elated. Everyone's we've pulled this thing off. It's been a fantastic moment. Just as musicians, to see this thing happen, the buzz you get, it was an immense thing.
The noise of the crowd that day, look, we played stadium gigs, but the noise was insane. Something happened, something that resonated for 40 years,